Poopsies. This is your 30-minute coffee reading, just like how it's done on my website. If you go on TonyBomboni.com, links in the description box below, you can book your very own 30-minute or 15-minute coffee cup reading if you prefer. I also offer many other services as well, like tarot reading. Hands down, the best way to support this YouTube channel. You book a 30-minute session with me, you help fund this YouTube channel for one entire day. Yes, that's how much help booking a 30-minute reading does. One whole day, a whole 24 hours. So I appreciate that for you, from you. So I want to show you exactly how it's done if you do book a 30-minute sesh with me. I do 15 minutes for one cup, 15 minutes for another cup, totaling 30 minutes. So I just use 2 coffee cups for 30 minutes. If you want to book a 30-minute candle wax reading with me, I also do 2 candle wax. For the 15-minute, it's 1 candle wax. Just as with the 15-minute coffee cup, it's 1 coffee cup, right? So makes sense? All right, so let's start with the purple. I picked black and purple today intuitively. Let us tap in and see in general. So this is a general reading. If you want more information, obviously, TonyBomboni.com. And make sure you subscribe, tap the bell, and hit all notifications if you'd like to receive more of this content. I do upload every single day. So again, the website below, link below. I just recently made a video talking about my website. Go check it out. I made it a day ago. Okay, so that will show you some updated information, talking about my ASMR albums, my newsletter email, updates about my webpage, and these 30-minute sessions as well. Okay, so I do rely on your support to help keep going to produce daily content. I cannot do daily content without the support, so that's why I emphasize that in every video. It's very, very important. And I want to help more people. I want to reach more people out. You know, if you have a question for me, you know, love life question, money, finances question, career, job question, you know, relationship with people, friends, partner, coworker question, I can do just about anything. Okay? Alrighty, so let's begin. Or I could do general reading. So if you don't leave me a message, I can just tap in general what you need to know through spirit. That's all. All right, so let's begin. So the month of May, there's going to be a great divide. I feel like a great separation of people could be, speaking of coworkers, could be with coworkers. So some people get, you know, I would say perhaps fired, some people stay, or just like a lot of people quit, a lot of people leaving. So by May, I think that will complete itself more, not necessarily happen in May. And like maybe you just stop communicating with certain people, you just go another way, you go another route, right? A time of making new friends after month of May. So once that divide happens where people kind of part ways and no longer vibe and resonate on the same page as each other, you go off and do other things that are more important for your life, okay? I want to say this shows up as like in an area where there would be like months or a timeline, but honestly my vibe and impression is that this is valid any month, okay? Not just August, September, which is where this shows up. Men, but especially women, need to be mindful of this region of their body, okay? Something like that with health. Sorry, my dog, Paco, he's just like, he'll stop. He's just like rubbing himself on the carpet. Okay, he's like digging blankets now. I like to have him in here when I do readings. He likes to be in here when I do readings. There's something about the energy. It just feels good. I'm all about energy and vibes. If the vibe ain't right, honey, don't do it, right? So I love having my Paco Taco Chihuahua right here next to me. Okay, so anyway, I digress. Moving along. He's not too noisy. At least he can still make ASMR when he digs the blanket. It's too cute. Okay. So, yes, be mindful of this region. You know, do your health checkups, like something like that. Okay. Also, it feels like an attack or like a pain, a hurt, something hits you like a basketball there. You know what I'm saying? Like, be mindful of that area. You know, guard yourself. If you're doing sports, wear sports bra, right? Like, you know, protect that region. You know, even the heart. You know, we all know what can happen if, you know, there's enough pressure exerted in that region. It's not good. So, I don't care how big, tough, and strong you think you are. You know, be mindful, okay? Be careful. All right, so here we go. A healthy coffee cup. I didn't even think I put much coffee in. It actually ends up like really like a supple amount of coffee grinds. Okay. So I would say you're going to be pretty busy taking care of priorities and needs and necessities. So again, whatever cup draws you in, maybe the message is only resonant to you if this cup, purple cup, drew you in. Maybe the message will be more resonant if the black cup more drew you in. If both draw you in, maybe that's the message. Or some of you, it's just going to be some messages in this, some messages in this. Just keep in mind, this is a general reading for thousands of people. All right? So it's not going to get like every little thing on point. Keep in mind, that's what the custom bookings are on my website for. TonyBomboni.com. Okay. Come on, guys. Let's make this a record year. I have a good feeling. Like, let's make this another record year. Okay. Let's do it. Let's go for it. All right. So, I gotta say, October is gonna be probably your most chill, relaxed, peaceful month. Although it's not gonna be like completely chill, I feel like it's gonna be somewhat. I see like a raven on a stick right in the center of your cup, which is usually the omen. It's like, it's not a bad omen. Oh my God, now that I think about it, I actually saw a raven perched on a pole this morning. Like the first thing I woke up, stepped outside, and I literally, like, oh my God, I'm not even kidding. I see a bird here perched. Wow. I forget, sometimes Spirit shows me messages and signs and symbols before I even do a reading. A lot of times before a client will even book my service, I'll get a sign before they book me. And I'll be like, why did I see that animal or that thing or that whatever? And then in the reading, that same thing shows up. And I'm like, that's why. So a lot of times I even know, like my repeat clients, I know they're going to book because I think of them. I think of them, and as soon as I do, like an hour later, they book. We have that connection. It's wild. I love it. But anyway, my point is, I'm telling you this to tell you that Spirit will show me signs before the reading. So in this case, the raven. The raven is not a bad thing, but I'm surprised it showed up in the center here. Like it wasn't there at first, but there's some leftover liquid on the bottom of the cup. You see that liquid? And it carved that impression. As soon as I tilted the cup from this angle to this, it carved it out. And I see the bird now on the tree. Wow. Goosebumps. Okay, I shouldn't be surprised because I've done this hundreds of times, but it still amazes me to this day. I'm like, oh my God. So that's a good sign. I feel like Spirit's going to send you that good sign you need, right? And that shows up also October. So October, it's kind of funny because October is always the month we think like these colors, the spooky month, right? Like Halloween, right? Like we think of like a raven, a black cat, a witch, and a broomstick, right? Like we think of those things, but it's actually symbolic of like a spiritual awakening and approach. You know, last October we had a huge awakening. Like I feel like humanity collectively woke the heck up, finally. And it felt so good. It was like, it didn't feel like a bad month. It didn't feel like a spooky, scary, negative month. It actually felt like the vibes were right. felt like we were actually progressing, like something happened that switched. So I think something gonna happen within you where you realize this, or you strengthen your connection, where you notice like, oh, that bird showed up this morning because it's a sign from spirit. And I may not understand what it means now, but you know what? Let me show you. Sometimes I do this during your session too, because I don't know everything. Sometimes numbers show up and I look up like numerology and stuff like that. Raven, spiritual meaning. Or I look up your zodiac compatibility. Sometimes people bring up like, I'm a Pisces, I'm a Virgo, my partner's an Aries, my partner's a Sagittarius, and that's fine. That helps me channel more. Spiritual significance of crows and ravens. This is from wellandgood.com. To many, ravens symbolize death or bad fortune to come, but to others they symbolize rebirth and starting anew. So this is rebirth, starting anew. Remember that great divide. Serving as positive signs, says Dr. Kim, in Norse, Celtic, and Druid mythology. I've always been drawn to Celtics and Druids. Oh, that's crazy. Crows and ravens are widely viewed as beacons of intelligence. So, when raven magically appears, transmutation begins. I can't read that. It's not loading. Yeah, when you need a spiritual rebirth, basically, it's like, it's a good sign. It's like, yes, you're tapping into powerful things here. So, what else do we see here? Yes, like a lot of avian symbology. Do you know what that is? It's like, basically beings that come from birds, but it's kind of like when you talk about Pleiadians or Arcturians or Anunnaki, like you're talking about avian is its own race and group, like Polaris, Nerubian, whatever. Okay, so avian is its own set of subculture. So it's kind of like maybe some of you are tapping into what part you are as soul. Okay, you're more than just this flesh. All right. And that's why certain people appear differently. Like avians, for example, have like tall, slim legs and long bodies and just be tall in general, or tall torsos, long pointy noses, long arms, tiny mouths. Like if you feel always drawn to birds, that you're most likely an avian, or at least part of you is, because your soul is fragmented, in fact, in many different parts. So you're not just one thing, okay? But maybe you're tapping in more to your spirituality that allows you to see this. Yes, I see it almost like it's weird, it's like a placenta, but you're reborn here. Okay, the bird turned into like a placenta, like where you're actually rebirthing who you really are as soul. So a very spiritual message. And usually when I do pick the purple cup in your readings, if I usually, before I do your coffee reading, I intuit what color. It's either black, purple, blue, or pink. And each has a different meaning. Sometimes I use my tropical cup, my jungle cup. Excuse me. Sometimes I use my spirit animal cup. I have an owl, a toucan, it just, the vibe. And it's always for a reason. It ends up always coming up in the readings. So anyway, so I love saying that. So yeah, imagine someone that's really not spiritual at all and they're watching my video for the first time and they're talking about me telling you that you're part bird. They're gonna be like, so okay, so let's move right along, poopsies. Well, you are poopsies, so I'm not surprised you're probably part avian. I know I am. I have the world's longest arms. I have that big nose. A long torso. I love birds. Always as a kid. Drew into jungle. Oh, also if you're drawn to like jungle. That was always like as a kid my special place. I always thought I was a toucan. I know I'm part avian. No doubt in my mind. But I'm also part many other things. So that's another story. Maybe I can make a video talking about that someday. Okay. Anyway. So, at the end of the day, you are what you believe, right? But what does your busy month entail? Probably working on your spiritual growth, okay? Probably unraveling, because to really tap in spiritually, you need to unravel a lot of things in your life. You need to heal that problem you had with your ex-partner. Okay, heal that within forgiveness, clear that away. You know, heal that traumatic memory with your father or mother, right? Like, or sibling, you know. Maybe your life right now is not in order. Your ducks don't feel like in a row. Fix that first, you know. Like, you can't really, it's you can do it, but it's harder to tap into the deep dive unless if your life is not peaceful. Okay, you need to build peace in your life first so that you can, and I know it comes from within, but okay, here's my best advice. If you really can, I would say build peace from within first so it shows up in your physical. And then when it shows up in your physical, then you really have more peace. And then you can truly, you know. Because if you have 5 children and they're running around screaming, how can you sit there and meditate? You know, so maybe pick a time and choose during the day. But you have to work at it. You have to chisel at it like a axe to a tree. Like little by little, you have to work on growing and developing your skills in spirituality. So some of you really need to be tapping more in because they're trying to connect with you, whether you like it or not. They connected through me to connect through you in this video. Loud and clear. They're like, Tony, I'm gonna send your butt a blackbird today. You better pay attention and tell your poopsies. Okay, so there you go. All right. So that's a sign in itself. Someone's arm, like strengthen the arm. Maybe you need to do more physical exercise with your arms because there could be an issue there too. Okay, maybe more blood circulation, more movement to that region. Maybe some of you in January took a lot of rest time. You know, you got tired of the year, you're starting the year over, and you know, you think a lot of people would actually work on their goals and stuff. But no, a lot of people have already abandoned them, and that's fine, so, including myself, guilty as charged. Look, my point is, there's always room for growth, for improvement, okay? I see like a sprite here, almost like an elemental. You might first get into contact with them around the month of February, maybe some of beginning of March, but more into late February. So I wouldn't be surprised if you start like even sensing or feeling or seeing. Don't freak out. Remember, I always talked about weird creatures this year. Just keep in mind that they're there. They've always been around us. It's just you can't see them because you're not tapped in, right? So there's nothing wrong with you. Allegedly, entertainment purposes only. Okay, this is just a spiritual reading. I'm not saying it's okay to see things. I'm saying it's okay if you are through intuitively, you know, like, oh, I saw that because that was spirit, right? Like, you know, you're not just losing your mind. Yeah, so it's okay. Calm down, okay? Calm down. Wow, there's like a skull with a hoodie. A lot of omen here. A lot of omens here. Not bad omens, okay? This is like the death of your old self happened this month in January. So, by the way, I can do your bookings in ASMR. I can even tap if you request. Just let me know. Don't be shy. Let me know in the comment, okay? When you book, it says add a message. You type in that message, okay? Tell me what you want. It's okay. I can do everything you request for the most part. I see kind of like a dinosaur here. Some very old ancient wisdom knowledge I think is going to come through August. You're going to realize your connection through certain species, creatures that were once inhabiting and roaming this planet. I get the word dino activity. That sounds funny. Okay. I think we went well over. Did we? Oh yes, we went well over. So I'm going to start doing the second spread now. Spread. You know what I mean. This is not a tarot reading. Oh my gosh. The next cup. Alrighty, let us continue. So I get the same vibe and impression about August, September. even the gut, the stomach, the belly, like anything in the chest region, be mindful, protect, guard. If you have a career that you need to shield that place, it wouldn't be showing up twice in the same spot if it wasn't urgent. Especially if you work with like fire or just like chemicals, like, like burns, like, yeah, be careful to guard that region. Wear your vest, your apron. Cooking, especially cooking oil, can spritz and, cause some damage. So, oh, I've never seen this. Like when I open the cup, well, at least it's been a long time if I don't remember correctly, where there's like a gap. My first impression, something needs repaired, like in your car. Like a window, a glass, like there's a slit there, like a bubble, or maybe your phone, like through a screen or a glass. Also kind of looks like a ghost. Friendly is my first vibe. Trust it. Maybe it's showing you a sign as well. There's also a bear, spirit animal, so pay attention. If you're out in the wilderness and you see a bear, like, it's actually a good thing. The spirit connecting with you as well. It feels very good, like a loving, cute, friendly energy. Maybe some of you have that bear spirit animal and there's like a friendly ghost creature that's like, maybe for some of you, following you or wanting to draw into your energy. But just be mindful that doesn't have to happen, like, still I would say let it know that you need your space and not to invade your space. There's a difference, right? Like, you can be cute and friendly, but I don't want you watching me in the shower. You know what I'm saying? Like, protect your energy. And I think this bear spirit animal or this bear in your life will show you how they're protective of their young offspring. They're guarded of themselves. They are there only for food. Bears are not going to show up at your door unless you give them something, okay? Or you have food available in your garden. So yeah, just keep in mind that the bear will show you at the right appropriate time what you need to be doing for yourself. How can you be more bear-like in your life? Bear is also steady and precautious and slow sometimes. That's why they call, bull market, bear market. Bull is fast, doesn't really think straight, just goes up, goes to the red cloth without knowing what it is. The bear, it knows, it's precautious, it's guarded, so it's slower, but bear always wins the race. Bull has wild ups and downs. Bear knows what it's doing, even if it has its downs, it knows what it's doing. So, you know what I'm saying? So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. I don't know what it has to do with the ghost, but it will make sense. Again, let a skull omen in January. I don't know why I see that again. It looks like the It clown and a skull. I'm not even joking. It's very abstract and a little creepy. I feel like this could have something to do with technology. Like merging tech with nature. There's a lot of that coming out lately. You ever hear that? Like lately? Like as soon as end of last year and beginning of this year started, You hear a lot more about like all this artificial stuff, intelligence, whatever, you know what I mean? It's just, that definitely doesn't give me a good vibe. It rubs me the wrong way, let's put it that way. So don't be surprised, you might hear more of that. I see a lot of animals. Frog, stork, koala. A lot of animals, like flat out, like, yeah. I don't think I showed you this cup, but there is a lot of animals I'm seeing in this cup. You see the different, like, there's the stork's head, there's the neck, and there's the body. You see that? Oh, that was a hiccup. I'm so sorry. I sounded like a dang ostrich. Wow. I think a good time for reproduction. Okay, so let me step back. These animals could just mean you spending a lot more time in nature, connecting with your spirit animals connecting with you. You might see them a lot in your life. Pay attention to when you see and why you see. Okay, let me show you again, because I don't remember every definition. Frog, fertility, transformation. What did I just say? Reproduction. I knew it. Potential, transformation, purity, prosperity, good luck. All right, let's look at stork. Asian cultures, so this is from whatismyspiritanimal.com. They see a stork as a sign of good luck. So good luck for you, double good luck. Immortality, spiritual growth. Longevity, wisdom. Let's look at koala. A-Z-animals.com says that's a symbol of relaxation. Need to take time for yourself. Also represents for loyalty, friendship, family. Time to reconnect with those close to you. So connect. What this means for you. The frog, reproduction, fertility, I see is a great time, March, end of March into April. The stork, I see more May, June. The koala, I see February, so now. You need to dive deeper. Don't pay attention to the creepy, eerie, weird things happening in our evolutionary world now, as things are changing so fast. You notice that? It seems like technology is just like, it's too fast. It's hard to keep up. It's like, where are we in the bigger picture? It's advancing faster than we are, like way faster. So ignore that. Pay attention to within. Don't lose sight of yourself, because all that's also distraction. Pay attention to what's going on within you. I think that's the message here, because the koala is showing underneath the weird clown skull looking creepy eerie tech creature. Also kind of like a rabbit. I know this is a year of the rabbit, so June, July, you might more get the rabbit vibes. You're not really going to get them now. You might more get those rabbit ear vibes then. Someone's keeping an eye out for you, maybe October. They're really going to help you through some things, okay? They might come across a little weird or creepy. No, they're trying to help you. They're a good person. They have a light energy. October is going to be a good month. So it does seem like the darkness and the light, like these two cups really do have similar bonding messages. I guess in a sense that was my original intent anyway. I wanted you to listen to both messages because I wanted to show you how a 30-minute reading looks on my website, but I'm surprised how similar of a vibe it is. Big heart. I see a big heart where your bottom of the cup is, which is the main signifier, omen, message. Again, good omen. Wow, it's like you're going to be of huge help, service to people, humanity, others. By the way, so I'm not talking too loud. I'm trying to make it ASMR, but sometimes I get excited for you, so I tend to like talk quiet sometimes. Sometimes I talk loud. It just all depends on my work environment, the day, the mood. Although I try not to let my mood affect the readings, but you know what I mean. We're all human beings, okay? We're not perfect. So yeah, some of you have been hoping for that partner will come to pass, but I think it's a lot about reproduction. So I'm going to be honest. They may not make the best partner, but they make the best fertility, okay? They may produce the best eggs, okay, in the batch. All right, like, yeah. They may get you that child you want faster than others, okay? A lot of you are going to want children and going to be able to have children. Some of you just go for it, bada bing, bada boom. And before you know it, he or she is cooking in the oven and you didn't even know it or see it coming. You just thought you could have a night of fun. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not laughing at you. It happens. Okay, so this might be an oops baby for some of you. All right, based on where I'm seeing it, what I'm feeling. That's pretty much it, guys. That's it. Thank you so much. 20% Tony too. If you sign up for my newsletter on TonyBomboni.com, or if you've already booked my services before at least once, go check it out. Links below. God bless. Take care, love, and light. I do want to do a week, an entire week full of predictive intuitive readings. I'll see how it goes. If it goes well, I will end up doing maybe eventually a whole month. Maybe that's a stretch because I know people will miss the role plays, the other stuff I do, the other content I produce. Who knows? It seems to go great for my channel when I do intuitive readings. People seem to subscribe more. Usually, you know why I don't get 1 billion subscribers? Here's why. Let me tell you a little secret. It's because I don't do the same things every video. The way you gain subs, you do the same type of content every video. Rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. I'm not that type of a person. To me, that can be boring. Like, not for me to watch. I like channels like that are consistent, that do the same thing every video. But for me, that crushes my creative spirit. I know there's still a way to be creative with those kind of videos too, like this work, obviously. But I've done for so long, like different type of videos, that it just doesn't, maybe one day will feel more right. But I have so many ideas that sometimes it just flows out of me and I can't help it. I would hate to suppress that and not do it. You get me? So that's why I don't have 1 million subs, is because I don't do the same thing. Like, example, I don't do just role plays ASMR. I don't just do makeup ASMR. I don't just do trigger tapping ASMR. I do everything that you can possibly think of and more. That's why. And I cannot appeal to all audiences when I do that. Not all 300,000+ people are going to watch every video, because some people like makeup more. Some people like roleplay more. When I did the poll and the surveys, it's every time I do a poll and survey on any social media, it's always like 20%, 30%, 10%, 5%, 15%. It's always consistently evened out. It's never like 90%, 5%, 2%, 1%, 1%. Like, you get me? People like variety, and different people like different categories. And there's a lot of different variety of different people who like different categories. So that's why my channel is like the way it is. If I start doing just strictly predictions videos, watch my subs grow. If I just strictly do food eating videos, if I strictly do mouth sounds eating videos, if I strictly do, I'm gonna be consistently growing. So that will come with my own time. And hell, I'll get more bookings too. Not that I need any more, but it helps. Look, my point is, I'm going to try it for a week, okay? I'm not going to give up on you and just abandon all the other type of content. But if that week works really well, why not try a month? And if that works well, girl, you know what I'm going to do? If that happens, I'll just do the other content on my vlog channel. I'll probably end up getting a better phone to make, better quality. And then I'll just do like all that stuff on my vlog channel. All that role plays and all that nonsense. Because, you gotta do what works. At the end of the day, you have to eat. You have to pay your bills. You have to appeal to your audience, And I've been considering it. And I just see channel after channel. I'm like, that's what I notice every single time. They do the same things. And that's what people like. That's what favors the algorithm. That's what grows your channel. And I have avoided that for so long. Why? Because this is what worked for me. And this is what I wanted to do. And I love doing these readings so much. I'm honestly considering it, When I tried doing 3 or 4 intuitive reading predictions, metaphysical videos in a week, it worked very well for me. And I instantly noticed the result. Immediately. More subs, more bookings, etc. So I just want to let you know, heads up, what's going to happen. I'm going to do a whole week of predictions. Beta test. We'll see what happens. And a lot of times I'm a beta tester in terms of this channel. So if this week doesn't work, I'm going to test another week, months down the line. If that doesn't work, I'll just stop. You got to try different methods sometimes. Look, the month-long thing, that might not happen for a while, so don't freak out. I will let you know, and I will not abandon you. I will still produce ASMR type of other content on my vlog channel. That's why I emphasize go to youtube.com/TonyBomboni and go to TonyBomboni.com to see where my socials are. You scroll all the way in the bottom, you're going to see the buttons of TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and my 2 YouTube channels. I've been getting a lot of people messaging me in my Instagram DM telling me that there is a fake account that is pretending to be me. Pay attention to the username. There's always one letter that's off or misspelled or one extra number or underscore they add. It's not me. I never, ever message people on Instagram DM to promote my services. My services you only find on TonyBomboni.com. So go check my Instagram at ASMRER. I'm the original ASMRer, okay? I'm the one and only ASMRER since 2012, okay? So that's my username on Instagram. That's me. I have the most followers of any false Tony Bomboni account, okay? So go check it out. I post stories all the time on my Instagram, whether I'm like just random stuff in my life, like what flowers growing in my garden, or what bath bomb I just bought today, or what crystal I'm using, or sometimes random announcements or silly posts or spiritual messages or stuff that's going on in the world, or memes. It's free, it's fun. Join me on there. Sometimes I promote new updates like about my ASMR albums, my websites, bookings, different things. So please sign up to that newsletter, okay? I do emphasize you have to sign up for that newsletter to get 20% off if you've never booked before. So you get it for life. That's 20% off. That's 1/5 of the price off. That's a huge chunk that most people are now willing to offer you. All right? All right. So thank you so much. God bless, love, and light. Take care, and I look very much forward to seeing you book a reading. I will be eagerly but patiently waiting for you. Mwah. Bye, poopsies.